All right, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and welcome to the Harcourt's Holmwood auction room. My name is Kyle Siebert. I'm one of three auctioneers working on the floor today, Bridget Andrews and Dan Pingelli, my esteemed colleagues. And on behalf of our Managing Director, Tony Jenkins, our CEO, Kyle Sutherland, and the wider Holmwood Group, it's great to have you with us. Now, the first thing we do on a Wednesday morning, bidders and buyers, is to thank and acknowledge our real estate owners who are here with us. You know, we certainly appreciate and respect the fact that you've got choice when it comes time to list your property. We are delighted that you've chosen to list with Holmwood, and we wish you the very, very best here today. To the bidders and the buyers, we extend a similar sentiment. You know, this is a great place to buy real estate. It is cash, it is transparent, and most importantly, it is unconditional. And I say that's important because, of course, if we don't sell property here in the auction room, we pass property in, and you do lose that exclusivity of opportunity. We then have to offer the property to the wider conditional market, and my colleagues will confirm that competing with conditional interest is never ideal, so we would encourage you in your bidding. Now, the team is here ready to assist you in that endeavour. This is Jason Wills, Operations Manager. He's our scribe today, taking notes of the bidding. Hayden Broadbelt, Fendalton Branch Manager, Business Owner and Auction Floor Manager. If you folks need assistance with paperwork, if you have questions about process or method, whatever you need, please sing out to these two gentlemen, one of them at a time, I would suggest. They'll be more than happy to assist you. Now, in just a short moment, we're going to offer you a short but very sweet catalogue of real estate, and the listing agents responsible for each of these properties will have furnished you with all of the necessary documentation in your preparation for today. That includes the auction contract, buyers, and on the front page of that contract, you will see there is a conduct of auction. Those are the rules by which we operate here in the auction room. They're very straightforward and easy to understand, but I know some of you might be here for the very first time, so we are going to go through that conduct briefly now. In the case of each property, the vendor has provided us with a confidential reserve price. Subject to that reserve price being reached or breached, the highest bidder, whose bid we accept, will be the lucky new owner. If the bidding doesn't quite reach that reserve price, bidders and buyers, our process here at Holmwood is quite simple. We move into one of our meeting rooms with the highest bidder. We offer that purchase the opportunity to purchase the property, and from that point, look, if you remain here in the room, you do run the risk that the property is sold outside of the room without the reserve price being disclosed. So my advice to you is very simple. If you seek to purchase a property here today, please ensure you hold the highest bid at all times. Now, as auctioneers, we can nominate the increments by which the bidding is raised. We can refuse bids if we feel they're not in the best interest of our owners. If there is a disputed bid, we'll simply go back to the last undisputed bid. And if any of our licensed colleagues are in the room bidding on behalf of buyers, we'll do our very best to point those people out to you. Now, you might hear the phrase vendor bid today, ladies and gentlemen. Those are bids placed by the auctioneer on behalf of a property owner. They are always clearly described to you as a vendor bid, and I can assure you they are always well below the reserve price, so you can bid against a vendor bid with confidence. If you are that lucky last purchaser, you have a couple of obligations. Of course, you pay your deposit, 10% of the purchase price, and you sign the contract. When you sign that contract, ladies and gentlemen, you are acknowledging that you've received a copy of the approved REA guide. That's the conduct of auction out of the way. The boring admin is completed. It is a beautiful day to buy good real estate, bidders and buyers. And on that note, let me take you to one of the finest examples of good real estate in Christchurch I've seen in a long, long time. We go now to 443B Ilam Road. It is brought to the market by Jared and Jenny Rolton. The Roltons from St Albans, no strangers to the auction arena. No strangers to good real estate. I know for you too, this has been a real career highlight representing this home. Our thanks to our owners for the opportunity. It is more formally described in the contract as a freehold title. It is 443B Ilam Road in Christchurch. It is a whopping 1,937 square metres more or less. The legal description, Lot 2, Deposited Plan 22383, Lot 1, Deposited Plan 20577, and Part Lot 3 to 4, Deposited Plan 10740. Lots of legal description for lots and lots of land, bidders and buyers. Your settlement date on this property, 31st of October. 2025 Halloween, but nothing spooky about this home. Indeed, quite the opposite. It has been, for many owners over the years, inspirational. I say many owners. The true story is it's been tightly held. Just a select few families have owned this property. It is described as Blacksall House. The Blacksall's originally responsible for its construction, and it has been in the hands of the Mortlocks. And also our most recent owners, they are loath to leave bidders and buyers, but their new chapter is booked, so that provides a wonderful opportunity for somebody in this room. Our current vendors have absolutely catapulted this home into the 21st century. It is beautifully modern throughout, but so sympathetic to the overall mid-century aesthetic. From the very word go, when you go through that entranceway, it's pretty clear to me that there is so much inspiration from the California mid-century era. There are absolutely elements of Japanese architecture throughout, a real sense of organisation throughout the home. There's room for everyone. I've always been a fan of clean lines. This has so many of them, bidders and buyers. You see feature walls, high-quality appliances, gorgeous large windows throughout the home. The original designers, of course, Griffiths and Moffat. This is a firm that inspired so much of the architectural landscape in Christchurch, from that low and long block profile to the gorgeous gardens outside. I just have a feeling that when you purchase this home, you'll want to stay forever, bidders and buyers. It is an architectural gem. It is utterly unique, and I just don't know when you'll get another opportunity. It's an offer to offer it to you, and I do so now, bidders and buyers. 443B Ilam Road in Brindwa, mid-century, plenty of flair. The question is, where do we start, bidders and buyers? I'm in your hands. I look for an opening bid or offer. Fair and reasonable place to start, sir. Welcome to the bidding at $1.5 million. At 1.5, do I see 1.6, but 1.5 back of the room, but out in front at this early stage at 1.5. First time at $1.5 million, those gorgeous tongue and groove ceilings, 1.6. Nice to meet you folks at 1.6. For a collector's item, I would suggest, can I say 1.7 on your behalf, sir? At 1.7, with a thumbs up to good real estate at 1.7. Lots of real estate, folks. What are we doing? What's the retort? Is there 1.8, 1.7 I have? First call at $1,700,000. I see. Would you give me 100? 50, all right. 1.750, 1 3/4. Sir, in 50s now. Or maybe we stick to the hundreds, try and shake them off, but at 1 3/4, bids with them. 50 it is at 1.8. 1.8 the call, another 50 I'll take. First call at $1.8 million. Second call at $1,800,000. 50 more at 1,850. And 1.9 I assume, sir. At 1,850 I have, and 1.9 on the nod. Bids now against you, good folks, at 1.9. First call. Second call. You're inside this home, warm and dry, but you've got such a sense of space. Those windows, you've got an absolute picturesque vista from every space. And 1.9 and 50, was that? 1.9 and 50 I have there. The two's for you, sir. The two's for you. If that's their budget, you better get there first. At 1.9 and 50 I have. 30, don't take my advice. At $1,980,000, folks, would you take me over the $2 million at 1.9 and 80? At $1,980,000, you'll be the first to know, my good friend. At $1,980,000 for 1,937 square metres. At $1,980,000, first time, second call. Third, how much was that? 2. Nice to meet you, sir. At $2 million. At $2 million. Take comfort in the competition, folks. You know it's good real estate. This is a finite resource land, glorious land. It beats Yoldhurst, it beats Kaipoi. It's so central in our rapidly developing city. This is just a logical land bank, bidders and buyers. At $2 million I have. 10. Never count you out, sir, at 10,000 on the rise. Just a 10 there, sir. Perhaps not hard to beat at 2,010,000. Would you say and 20 for me? Not yet, sir. I will tell you, you'll be the first to know, I promise you, sir. At 2 million, and was that 50? Good work, sir, at 2 million and 50. And 60 now. At 2 million and 60. 2.1. And 20 now at 120. First time. And 2,120,000. Second call. At 2,120,000. Third and final call. At 2,120,000. 2150. At 2,150,000. Sir, we are on the market and selling. You hold the highest bid. You will be the new owner if there's no better bidder offer. A new name goes on a very large title. At 2,150,000, I sell away. A piece of Christchurch history changes hands today, bidders and buyers. If there's no further bidding, sir, I sell. First call at $2,150,000. Twice the money. It's going to feel like time is slowing down, folks, but I'm going as quickly as I can. Second call at $2,150,000. Sir, would you bid me $10,000? Third and final call. Can I tempt you with $2,500? Beauty at 2,152 and change. What's the response? What's the retort? At 2,152,500. Architectural legacy. There are books about this home down at the Canterbury University, folks. That should tell you you're buying something special, something worth fighting for. At 2,152,500, sir, you're going to round me up? Or do I sell? Once, twice. Third. 2,155. He matches that 2.5, sir. And it took some time. Maybe that's encouraging for you. You're in with the look, sir. At $2,155,000. I'll buy you a coffee. I think that's legal. But again, sir, I'll buy you a coffee. What do you say? First time, 60. At 2,160. To yourself? Sir, please don't say it's true. This is a beautiful home. I suspect in 2 or 3 years' time we'll look at this figure and chuckle. The people watching this in Auckland are weeping at the dollars per square metre, sir. Please reconsider. First call at $2,160,000. Second call at 2,160. Possibly a great wedding venue. Third and final call at $2,160,000. Sir, have you got 2 or 3 for me? I'll take $500. It seems silly, but it's important. Property's going. Are we sure? It is going. Any final interest? Bidders and buyers, last chance. Folks, are we all done and silent? Permission to sell. It is going. It is going. If there's no further bidding, congratulations, sir. Shall I knock it down? Gone and sold. To my owners, thank you so much for the opportunity. To the previous owners, thank you for being great custodians of this home. To my underbidders, sincerely, commiserations.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to our next auction, which is number 2, 118 Centaurus Road. We'll have some silence, please. In that wonderful suburb of Huntsbury. Now, this has been brought to the market by Clarence Monsanto and Matt Dawson from our Mayor office. Always lovely working with you too. Now, to the contract, I take you the property is more formally described as a freehold parcel. It has half a share in 850 square metres, more or less, on Certificate of Title 39C1270. Settlement date is set down for the 16th of October 2025, unless you're working to a pre-arranged date. Well, this is such a nice and private property. It's at the end of the driveway. When I was there yesterday, the birds were all chirping. Inside, it's light and bright. There's so many windows letting all that natural sunlight in. It's been nicely renovated inside, perfect for a family. It's got a great floor plan. You've got the modern kitchen dining area that flows through to that second living area with those doors opening out to that private courtyard area. You've also got some views of the city and the mountains. I was really impressed with how big the bedroom sizes were, all really good sizes. Lovely master bedroom downstairs with their ensuite bathroom. Well, the location you just can't beat. It's just such a desirable area. A rare opportunity here because properties don't become available that often in this area. So it's a nice community to be part of, lots of nice families. You'll love the close proximity to all those shops down the road. There's a wonderful selection. You'll become a local at the Brickworks every weekend. Go down there and have your Sunday roast or your Friday night drinks. The Port Hills Playground right at your doorstep. You can't help become fit living in this place. You've got your cycling, beautiful walks and treks nearby. So wonderful opportunity to get into this wonderful neighbourhood without paying that big price tag. So with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, I look for your opening bid. Does someone want to start me away at number 2, 118 Centaurus Road? Is there 600,000 perhaps, somewhere nice and easy to start us away? Looking for 6? At 600, if you don't, I will. Sir, would you like to bid? At 600,000. Well, I'll go first then on a vendor bid. Ladies first. Who goes next? At 600,000. Looking for 625 now. At 600,000. First call. Wonderful opportunity to get in this very, very desirable neighbourhood of Huntsbury. Second call. 625. 625 with Ollie on the phone. Good luck to your bidder, Ollie. At 625. Wonderful opportunity here at 625. Looking for 650 now. At 625. First call. Second call. Third time at 625. Look, I'm going to place a bid at 650 on behalf of my vendor. Invite you back at 675 and we can have a conversation, Ollie, if you're our only bidder. So it's 650 on a vendor bid. First call. Second. Third call, 675, can I say, Ollie? Get you back in front. 660 then, our favourite band. At 650,000, a vendor bid. It's not for sale at that level. 660? You can take my bid, it's better than mine. Okay, 600. All right then. At 650. That's buyers overseas. No, that's okay. The big decisions to be made here in the auction rooms. This is a wonderful property. It's been lovely, renovated, really lovely inside. Lots of nice sunshine coming in. As I said, the birds were just chirping away when I was there yesterday. Lots of nice families live in this area. At 650 on a vendor bid, which I'm more than happy to hand to you, Ollie, if that works for your buyer. Need to make a decision at 650,000. We can go back to your last bid then at 625 and we'll just pause and have a conversation. Yep, no problem. Okay, at 625 on a live bid, we're going to pause the auction. I'll give you 3 opportunities though. First, second, third at 625. Well, look, we're going to pause the auction, not at a level I can sell, but the auction is still open and live, ladies and gentlemen. If there's a change of mind, please get in touch. So the property is paused at 625. We'll be back with you shortly.
to the moon.
Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. I take you back to number 2, 118 Centaurus Road in Huntsbury. We left the lectern on a live bid of $625,000. We've had some discussions outside of the room. There was an increase in that bid to $650,000. But at that level, it's not quite at a level that we can sell. So we are going to pass the property in today at $650,000. So anybody north of that level, give Clarence Monsanto and Matt Dawson a call from our Maryville office. It's a wonderful property in a wonderful location. There is so much to love about this property. And they've got open homes this weekend, and they're going to run a deadline on this property. So Tuesday, 3 p.m. So get around beforehand, get your offers in before 3 p.m. on Tuesday. You won't be disappointed at this property. So it's passed in at 650. That concludes us for the day, doesn't it? All right. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you to our viewers online on Auctions Live. We look forward to seeing you next week.